Hi, Dr. Liz Angoff.
Hi, Seth.
Good to have you here today. So, hello, parents and any teachers and therapists. My name is Seth Perler. Welcome to TEFOS, the Executive Function Online Summit for Compassionate Proactive Parents. And we are here with Dr. Liz Angoff today. Did I just, there we go. There's your site. And we have some great resources, or she has some great resources for you here. And if you like what we're doing at the summit, this is our summit site, executivefunctionsummit.com. But what are we going to learn from you this year on the summit?
Oh, Seth. So we're going to learn how to talk to our kids about their neurodivergence, about their diagnosis, or just about what makes their brain unique. And we're going to learn specific language that we can build collaboratively with our kids to not only help them understand what we've learned about their brains, but help them articulate their experiences of what's going on for them. And having the language to talk about what's going on for your brain can help you to advocate for what you need, can even help you really to build those executive functioning skills that you need to be successful in school, at home. We're going to really dive into the how to step by step of how to do this with your kids.
And when somebody finds out that you work with families and kids and they say, "Oh, what's your job?" How do you respond to that?
My job is to help families and kids understand their brains. And we work together to solve problems, whatever the challenges are that are coming up. We're going to figure out what those are and how we can understand them better so that we have a plan of helping everybody involved, the child and everybody who wants to help support that child.
And then when they say, "Oh, okay, well, how do you do that? What hats do you wear? What are you called? How do you respond to that?"
So I work through assessment. I'm an educational psychologist, and I my background is as a school psychologist in the schools, and I have advanced training in neuropsychological assessment. And so we can use these tools to help understand what's going on in a child's brain, to really explain why certain things come easily to them and why some things might be challenging or harder for them. And I like to think of that assessment process really as an empowerment process, because we can use these tools to help understand what's going on for a child and help parents understand that, but more importantly, help kids understand what's going on for them and help them articulate their experiences so they feel more in control of asking for what they need for their brain to thrive.
And then when they say, "Oh, cool. So why do you do that? What's your why? What was the moment you knew this was important to you? Why did you take your life in this direction?" How do you respond to that? Good question,
Oh,
huh?
yeah, I wasn't prepared for this question.
Good.
There are so many things. Um, but there's, I became a school psychologist because when we're looking at a child, there are so many pieces that go into supporting them. And I wanted to understand the system. I wanted to understand all of it. Because if we're just using one tool, if we just have a hammer, we're not going to really understand a child. And so I think that, like, seeing that children are really complex, and then to get into really talking to kids, um, I started assessing adults when I went into private practice. And a lot of the adults that I assessed throughout the process, they would have this moment of, oh my goodness, I had no idea. I processed the world so differently. I'm embarrassed to say, but I honestly thought I was dumb. Like, I didn't know that this is what was going on. And that happened over and over again. And I started to pay more attention to what kids were saying about themselves and realize that the kids already had these narratives really, really young. And I didn't want them to wait until they were 30 coming back into my office, or 40 or 60 coming back into my office to rewrite those narratives. We need to start now. So this assessment process is way more than just figuring out, quote unquote, what's going on. It's really helping kids to understand themselves so that they can start to develop a narrative that's more accurate, more helpful, and more empowered.
Thank you, Dr. Liz. And I'll show again real quick. This is your site here. And if you like what we're doing at the summit, you can register here if you haven't registered already and learn about the speakers and everything. So thank you so much, Dr. Liz. And
Thanks,
we'll see you all
Seth. It's
soon.
really great to be here.